Hello and welcome back.
Hey, hi guys, how you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Having a good old
Weird,
time.
creepy eyes and
Creepy
shit.
boys!
Oh, yes.
Yay! So just so you know, I don't have like a whole lot of trivia about this, but those eyes are very much synonymous with Higurashi. You go to any fan art, it's gonna be those eyes staring at you and like blood everywhere. It's great. They're very much iconic for Ryukashi.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's very similar. I mean, we had something similar appear in Umineko.
Yeah.
I won't say the context, but
Yeah,
I definitely, that kind of style of like the eyes switching to like that inverted.
They're called, I think they usually call them cat eyes, but yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
It's
really
great.
It's got this very malicious look to it. So yeah, what do you think was going on in that scene? Weird shit.
I don't know, it's hard to see.
Clearly not feeling great. Keiichi's not feeling great. What's going on?
I don't know. There are kind of like two approaches I'm taking. One is the idea that what we just saw from Keiichi's perspective wasn't real.
Sure.
And that was like some either weird narrative insert by Ryukashi or
Maybe.
like something that's happened to Keiichi. Especially with the recent case of Tomitaki recently like going hysteric or whatever.
Right.
It'd make sense if we had like a similar thing start happening elsewhere.
Yep.
And that's like, the first symptom for Keiichi.
Sure.
The means through which that got to him is interesting. Because I don't think we've really seen anything that would particularly suggest that was like that anything had happened to him yet.
Okay. Sure. You think something's happened to him to make him see weird or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's the one side. The other side is that maybe something has happened to Rena, where either she's been like coerced to be a part of this, or willingly, but I think given the circumstances, more likely brought into something, or that even that same like psychedelic maybe approach has been done onto Rena.
Sure. Well, something that we've kind of talked a little bit about is this idea of the curse and Ikikushi and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think, do you think this might be the curse? Do you think there's like some supernatural shit going on?
I think that's what it's going to represent.
Okay.
The thing is puzzling out what that means. Because, I mean, I'm taking the approach that we're not going to see any magic that is outright magic.
Okay.
Or like, supernatural things that are not outright supernatural.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that they're not relevant.
Okay.
So trying to puzzle out like what that would mean in a real world circumstance and also what that could signify in just like a writer's stance is going to be interesting, but I don't know if I have anything particular to go on because I think we're kind of lacking a bit of context for that at the moment.
We're just being pushed in the deep end, right? Ryukashi's like, here are these crazy concepts about people being murdered and missing and like, figure it out, nerds, but we're not at the end of the episode.
Yeah, because all we have so far is that people go missing, people die.
When they're killed, yes.
And that
this is true.
We have cases of hysteria. We have cases of suicide. We have cases of people going missing. I think the hysteria one is probably something to latch onto because that seems like a consistently applicable one.
Sure.
The only one exception being the one where they like fell off a viewing platform or something. But even then, that could be like down to that is what the cover-up was for a case of hysteria.
Maybe. I definitely think that's going to be a theme to kind of look out for. Is like, obviously, a lot of this information we're just being told rather than actually like seeing it. If that makes sense. Like even Oishi's like report, like he's like, this is what we found in the report. He could be like just telling us complete lies to like manipulate Keiichi, and we don't know, right? It's possible.
It's also interesting, like the perspective of the tips. Like, I think it was very obvious in Umineko, especially in episode 1, that the tips were like largely for the reader.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, this is a bit different. They're like it's like extra scenes in a play.
Yeah.
Right? It's very cool. It's like this is the aside scene while we're changing the set. So
the relevance to the characters is very questionable.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm thoroughly intrigued by this. I think my first big guess would probably be to say that whatever was done to Tomitaki has begun to take place for Keiichi as well.
You think so?
But the method for that remains a mystery. The reason for that remains a mystery.
Sure.
But that's just kind of like where my head's at.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good to me. Shall we continue?
Yeah. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Rena. I should actually say though, the reason I think that something's done is because the fact that it just like ended and they moved on. That seems very much like a episode.
Sure.
If you will.
Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I get you. It's cool.
Yeah, that was someone else who only looked like Rena. Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling. Knowing that someone else, not Rena. Knowing that was someone else, not Rena. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. Those thoughts continued swirling around in my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling me from the bottom of the steps.
Keiichi! It's a call for the bookstore!
That sounds like a, cover.
No, it's fine.
Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me.
It's definitely the bookman. It's the man. He's trying to sell you some books, Keiichi.
I don't read. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway.
I literally cannot read. My apologies for calling so
What?
late at night.
Oh.
It is me, Oishi of the Okinomiya
What a
bookshop.
shock. You know, I would actually not even be mad if Oishi actually just was a book salesman.
Yes!
It was like his writing attempt.
Yes! Amazing. Yeah, it's his part-time job as a cop, because he's really just owns a bookstore. Yeah, I believe it.
Oishi-san. Oh, it's Oishi-san.
Sorry, since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. That is a thing you have in this country, yes, good. It puts off people when I say I'm a police officer.
Oishi-san was in his own way rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor.
Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you?
Yeah. I'm okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. That's so weird.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's like...
You just gave him the wrong number, completely by accident, I'm sure.
That's...
It's
fine.
Not a... No, it's fine.
He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down.
I don't find him suspicious at all.
Not him suspicious, just this is suspicious. The person on the phone is... What if it's not Oishi on the phone? What
That's fine. He just gave him the wrong number, and now he's being given the right number.
Oh my
It's
God.
completely simple.
I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up.
Oh boy. So how has it been, my Abara-san? Did anything strange happen recently?
I see, this was the real reason. He really beat around the bush there. His adult conversation skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san?
Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okinomiya.
If he's from around here, he might know. I'm Oishi-san. Do you know what this onikakushi thing is about?
I believe that that is when somebody suddenly vanishes, poof, because they have been abducted by a demon.
It's weird that he would, in Japanese, that he would basically just redefine the word.
I wonder if it's a translation thing.
Yeah, that seems strange.
Just to explain it to us. It is special saying from around here. It has the same meaning as spirited away, like everyone else says.
As my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, this older man gave me a direct answer. Made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything.
Namizawa was not sure if I should tell you this, my Abara-san.
Don't try play this off. If you're not going to talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything.
Oh, I have to tell you then. No, that is not what I meant. It's just, it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Hinamizawa was feared as the village where demons reside.
Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell?
More like human-eating monsters. I love the soundtrack. They'd go down to villages, snatching people up and gobbling them down, that kind of tale.
Demon snatching people up is what this onikakushi thing really means.
They said that the curse and being demoned away happened together. Oh, we fucked up.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
No, I think...
I think we fucked up. It's okay. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. Go. Let's keep going. It's fine. I think we fucked up. I don't know who gets points for that.
I don't know. I don't even think we've necessarily fucked up. I think
find
that
out.
makes sense either way. I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row, but I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years. The curse and being demon away happened together, I think.
Oh, maybe we're fine then.
I think we were fine.
We are fine. Okay, good. I was panicking.
First time I've heard of that.
I don't know who gets points, but someone needs points.
We get 2 points. Fuck you. Fuck you. 2 points.
The curse and being demoned away happen together. First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Mayaba-san?
That's what I want to know. I heard Rena and Mion talking. They said if it was really Oyashiro-sama's curse, then both the curse and demoning away would happen. Yoshi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver.
I love him.
Maybe something about that came to mind.
Yes. Mayaba-san, do you know the first incident? The murder by dismemberment.
Yeah, one of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right?
Hypothetically, what if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away?
I just want to say, called it.
Hashtag called it.
Hashtag called it.
Hashtag point, boys.
Yes.
Yes.
It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. Police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posted with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be, unless the police were completely incompetent.
That's true.
Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. I think this is, yeah.
Okay, I can take it, I guess. No?
Wait.
It was you, you're the first one.
And what about the incident the next year, when the man who supported the project and his wife both died in an accident?
Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in an accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law.
So was that the falling one? That was the
I believe
falling
so,
one.
yeah. Yep.
At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch of the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end they weren't able to find her body. Oh, this is smelling so conspiratorial.
It's great, I know, it's great.
But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right?
Maybe.
Isn't it different from her being demoned away?
He cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years pass, by law she's treated as still alive.
I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was a reality. How about the 3rd year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide?
Mayabara-san, that's actually the exact same scenario.
The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Hinamizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. A diver was able to recover a few remnants, but they weren't able to find a body. Investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere.
Okay, I'll just go with it. I just wish it would give a better indication.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure if we could call these cases as being demoned away. It's just as you've said. Every year, one person does go missing.
I think this is,
yeah.
The incident this year, the woman with Tamataki-san has gone
Flash.
missing. And what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right?
Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing.
Oh boy, I wonder what the child's name is, Ben.
I couldn't figure it out.
I wonder what the child's name is, Ben.
It was Battler. It's still under investigation as to whether the disappearance had anything to do with the crime.
But you said you caught him, right? Did you have an accomplice?
No idea, it's considered a separate case. Moreover, we can't even check now because while under investigation, that man, he died in his holding cell. Swallowed a spork and choked to death.
He swallowed a spork.
Makes sense to me.
Of all the things to choose.
I feel like this sounds like horseshit. So it's spork.
I mean, in fairness, I feel like in jails they probably would give you the cheapest fucking cutlery, so that's what you would have. But just that appearing in the middle of this serious thing.
It's great. It makes sense to me. Look, it's possible. This is silly. It's not known whether it was accident or suicide.
Meaning for the last 5 years, there's always one person who dies and one who goes missing.
That's about right. Dead by Sporks. No, actually, I am surprised as well.
That's the title of the video.
Fuck. I never realized I had that in common.
I couldn't believe this could lead to the closing of these incidents. It's just something they had in common. Could it be that those demon away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it.
Oh god, you okay?
So I summarized the events. First year was the dam employee, second year was the wife of a dam project supporter, third year was the wife of a Shinto priest, fourth year was the victim's family child, and the fifth year was the victim's girlfriend, I guess. Doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them.
With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends, those do stand out.
Does seem like there are a lot, and that means the fourth year's victim's child was different. Would have really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitaki-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. The child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they?
Apparently he was quite mature, 1 year older than you.
Long pause.
His name was Satoshi Hojo-san.
Oh my god, what a
twist!
shock.
What a twist!
I can't believe
what a
this
twist!
just happened.
It's a twist!
Wow.
Shut up, you.
That is incredible.
It's a twist. It's Satoshi Hojo-san.
I am surprised I mean, I guess I'm not surprised because I feel like Satoshi and Sadako is probably like a naming convention.
Yep.
I don't know how that works, but yeah, wow.
They're related maybe, just a little bit. Yeah.
That also explains why Sadako is living with Riko.
Yep, it does.
Wait, no, we already knew it was her parents. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
that was a moot observation.
Still, yeah, they both lost their families to this whole shit, and so that's why they're living together. But yeah, the Satoshi guy, I bet he's cool. He's a cool dude.
Ah, Satoshi. I remember that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? Did they? I think they just dodged the question.
He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him?
Wow,
Don't sound like good friends to me.
I can just imagine, like...
He's such a sleazy guy.
Uishi just sitting in front of a pond of ducks, each of them with ways to bait Keiichi on them, and just sitting there and throwing a fishing line into the pond and reeling one in and be like, how do I fuck with him today?
It's great. I love him so much.
Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student.
Uh-oh, red flags!
Then where I sat once belonged to the one who was demoted away. It was his seat?
Uh-oh.
I recalled the cold sensation that came from my desk.
Shush you. This is quality writing.
It made my hair stand on end. The string of mysterious deaths. No, Yashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. A chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Yashiro-sama's caressing in the back of my neck.
Ugh.
Yashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Yashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it, and I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not the work of a curse. This is a familiar theme, but the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. The more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually, I reached the point where I'd learned something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be next time.
Themes! Themes!
My execution could only be delayed for 1 year.
Themes, pop it up. Themes share between works.
What a line! My
that
execution could only be delayed for 1 year.
That too. Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is great. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That was when I remembered Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse.
You mean Rena Ryugu-san?
I know, it's Ryugu.
Ah yes, I'm sorry. She transferred in last year and she's your classmate, isn't she? Those incidents really might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's just not scared, is she?
It's the other way.
She's not just scared, is she? Shush you.
It wasn't that. Wait, what the fuck? What was that voice that just came out of my mouth?
What?
It was just the wrong voice.
What?
What? She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. I felt like she was convinced, almost as if you could say, she was frightened. Sudden change in demeanor, someone who looked like Rena but wasn't Rena. It might be unrelated. All the strange things I felt from Rena today came back to me.
I see, then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Mayabara-san.
Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance?
That's not what I mean, my Abara-san, but it is what I mean. I just want you to watch out for your friend so she doesn't end up the next victim.
It's really great how he's just fucking with him.
I love Oishi so much.
That moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words.
Yeah, he was some kind of magician.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock!
Who's there?
Ah! It's me! It's your boy! It's not actually.
Is it gonna be his dad or his mom?
It's gonna be one of them. We'll find out.
She gets 5 points if you don't guess correctly.
Oh, I believe it's his mom.
Okay.
I guess it's his mom.
Knock at the door, I sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver.
Keiichi, get the door, please.
On the other side of the door, I heard.
Oh! He even talks like her! Fuck off! He only made his points, give him 5 points, but I am salty about that. How is that not the mother saying it with the little tildes?
I thought we had that in the bag!
So many tildes! Whose father talks with that many tildes? Get out! Leave this place.
God. I thought that was gonna be an easy grab.
No. Why is it him?
I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice.
Oddly feminine voice.
Oddly being the key word.
I feel like we had a talk where we theorized that they were both the same person. You know what? I'm bringing it back. I feel like that's exactly what's happening here. Because no one's father talks that many tildes. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's bullshit.
Oh my god.
This is horseshit.
Maybe this is the insanity getting to Keiichi.
It's true. That's
Maybe
it.
this is a symptom of his insanity.
You've nailed it. Can't tell his parents apart.
On the other side of the door, I heard my father's upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight?
Yeah, my apologies again for calling so late. If you find out anything else, please let me know. I will tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi, hurry up and open up. Wait, what? Daddy's got his hands full.
What is Dad doing?
What is happening?
I stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On that tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea.
That's nice.
A fairly fancy spread for our
He's brought
household.
tea for us.
There's even sugar and lemon slices on the side. Everything you could ask for.
Oh, such a lovely platter.
Quite the show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for?
Oh, come now, don't play around, Keiichi. I'm coming in.
Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I'd never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into it?
So, what were you talking about?
I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father, but how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective? I'm assuming he was, this late at night.
I assume he's a detective, yeah.
Nothing much, just a friend.
I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan.
Oh my god, that music. Oh my god, can we just turn that up for a sec?
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is fine.
Question mark.
Question marks?
She wasn't here.
Come now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea, but it looks like I just missed her. Gosh dang it.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
It's great.
I had no idea what Dad was talking about.
Oh,
The
no.
cold sweat dripped down my back.
Oh no.
How long were we talking?
Rena-chan went upstairs about half after, so it was close to an hour, I guess.
You saw her come up to the second floor?
Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall upstairs.
When I came to my house about an hour ago, Dad met her at the door and called me on the second floor.
And you just missed her.
I probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside.
She arrived an hour ago, he came up with the tea and apparently just missed her. This is fine.
Oh my
is
god,
fine.
Ryukishi, my boy!
This is fine. Nothing suspicious or strange happening when you go around the twist.
Exactly.
I feel it.
And told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. About an hour passed. She passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea. Wait.
Yep.
No.
What? No, what?
No.
Okay, what?
What?
That's what he said. What do you mean? What's your problem?
I'm just...
What are you hunting for?
No, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yes, okay.
Okay.
He is inserting things into this circumstance. Because
Sure.
she passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left is an addition to what his father has just told him. Because his father said, I must have just missed her, as in she's just left and, she's just left and, oh, whoops, guess I was a bit late. Whereas Keiichi has inserted the idea that they walked past each other, which is really strange, because otherwise his father wouldn't have continued into the room with both cups of tea, because he would have known about it.
I guess so.
So I'm wondering if this is intentional, that Keiichi is inserting things into this circumstance.
I don't know, dude. You figure it out, I guess.
She came upstairs about an hour past, and passed by my dad and returned home. And after she came upstairs and until she left, where was Rena? There was a really long pause there before it let me move to the next line.
It was fucked up, dude.
There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of my door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. I could easily hear everything being said inside. All of the ominous things and all the nonsense I spoke to Oishi-san about began running through my head.
Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again.
Mum yelled up at Dad from downstairs.
She needs more tildes.
Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with eyes. I just missed a word? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
I looked down at the floor at the doorway where Rena might have stood all that time. Just now, as I was talking to Oishi-san with my back turned, Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away the whole time. All that time in this dimly lit doorway? What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room.
Oh, is that chapter end?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness gravy. Insane. Insane in the membrane.
That is, beautiful. That was just creepy as heck.
It's a good time. Some good horror stuff going on. Rena's being a creep, apparently. We have new tips!
New tips, let's check them out.
Notice from the police chief. Right. Let's see if we can get these voices right.
Notice from the police chief.
From the police chief!
Let's get it happening.
Let's get the voices right.
Wait, it's 1983, right? So this is last year.
Yes. Yep. July 1st, 1982. The departments 1 through 12. Ex-Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General X. To the Chief Constable and all facility managers regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa village. Notice. As cases in Shishibone City, Hinamizawa village have been reported by certain sections of mass media. It has drawn global attention, which is causing serious repercussions for local residents. This has become a very serious situation. To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okonomiya Station, 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village housewife murder, dated June X. Okonomiya Station, 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village student disappearance, dated June X. 2. Non-disclosure of information. Okonomiya Station, 1979, case number X. Hinamizawa Village site foreman murder, dated June X. Shira Station, 1980 case, number X. Shira Natural Park falling incident, dated June X. Okonomiya Station, 1981, case number X. Hinamizawa Village Shinto priest's wife's disappearance. That's a mouthful. Dated June X. 3. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management, X. Prefecture Police Headquarters. In total line, X. Police Affairs Department, XX.
Do we get to see the attachments, or is that it?
I think that might be it. Well, that's all we get then. It's not a lot, but
so I mean,
it's
been listed as classified.
I guess so. Everything is under wraps. Everything's covered up and hidden.
Which I guess could be stated as suspicious, considering that he's just approached and given information to Keiichi without any real guarantee.
I mean, that was the police chief's report. I don't think that was Oishi's report.
Yeah, well, no,
he had to talk to the police chief. So.
Well, yeah, but
unless it's a different police chief.
No, I'm saying, like, it's weird that if the case is confidential, that
right.
was able...
But he's telling Keiichi this, maybe he shouldn't be doing that. Right, I get you. But yeah, so what do you think about the police station? You think they're, like, involved in this at all? Like,
well,
Oishi's here, but nobody else is. There are no other cops, like, wandering around.
The other thing with it being confidential, maybe that, Oishi is investigating it separately from the confidentiality order.
Sure.
In that, like, he thinks he's in on the idea that maybe this has been covered up somehow.
Sure.
And he's like, I have to figure out the truth under everyone's noses.
Maybe.
It's a bit of a stretch, I think.
I mean, why did he approach Keiichi, right? Why Keiichi instead of anyone else in the village? Why not, somebody who has their finger on the pulse?
I think his reasons stated in his first appearance were relatively sensible, and
Sure.
I would mostly agree with them.
Sure.
The fact that people would be uncooperative does seem fairly likely.
Yeah.
But also the fact that I think Keiichi would probably... going with this theory, though this is not necessarily what I believe, but going with this theory, it would make sense that Keiichi would be the one who wouldn't tell everyone else in the village.
Okay.
Like Oishi thinks that because he's separated, he can trust him to keep it under wraps.
I have a question for you then.
Yeah.
Why Keiichi and not Keiichi's parents? Why go to a kid? Or, why him?
I think, when he showed up and he's like, your name was written on Tomataki's jersey, he's like, oh, I have an in there.
Right,
He doesn't
right.
necessarily know that Keiichi's parents know anything about this, especially, they stayed away from the festival, right?
It's true.
And I feel like in a village of this size, that's the kind of thing that people supposedly would notice.
Okay, sure. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If it makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. Sure. Okay.
Oh god, that whole scene with Rena though, oh my god.
It was great. Yeah, Rena's great. She's the best girl.
I'm
There are reasons.
not sure whether to take it on, the way that Keiichi sees it, where he's like, oh wait, what if Rena was at the door listening? Or if, as I said, he's inserting things into the circumstance. Because that's the way it feels to me.
I don't know. It's not clear. It's not clear, and that's what's fun.
Let's heckin' go.
We got time.
We got time.
We got fucking time. I can't wait for this to be the 2-hour-long chapter. It's gonna be great. Let's do it.
Well, what a lovely set of very real violins.
It's so nice.
Such a real violin
What a nice
sound.
chapter this is. I'm sure nothing will go horribly wrong.
We're innocent a headache.
Nothing
Not
will
a very
go
nice way to start the day. Oh, I'm so excited.
wrong.
Wait.
Mother? It's gotta be
Wait.
mother. It's gotta be mom.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
I don't think we need points for
We
that.
don't, because we...
What's wrong, Keiichi? You don't look so well. When did you go to sleep?
See, my mom had noticed my sullen state. Yesterday I kept waking up in the middle of the night. Without a doubt, I felt a presence. Felt the presence of someone standing in front of my door. I told myself repeatedly that it was my imagination and forced myself to try and sleep. Except not being able to stand it, I gathered up my courage and opened the door. Of course, there wasn't anyone there.
Yeah.
I think I did this 3 times throughout the night. Or maybe I just didn't remember doing it any more than that. Even though I was able to get to the breakfast table without incident, I still didn't feel at ease.
It might be a cold. Oh, fuck off. Is this... You know what?
It might be a cold. I don't really have an appetite.
Alright, I'm done. My, you do seem a little warm. Well, can you make it to school?
Technically, I did go to a school, but it was mostly self-study. Wouldn't matter much if I missed a day, would it? Oh, here we go. Listen, his character is changing overnight.
I know what you mean. This is the same Keiichi we've always known and loved.
It's so good.
He's fine.
It could have been that I hadn't been feeling well for the last few days because I really did have a cold. If I took some medicine and got a good day of rest, I might be able to greet everyone with a smile tomorrow. Ding dong.
Who could that be?
Startled, I looked back and forth between the entrance and the clock. It was 10 minutes later than when I usually met up with Rena. It was Rena.
Rena-chan came to get you. What are you going to do? Are you going to take the day off?
Rena was a good girl. She might be somewhat quirky, but she was certainly cute.
Oh.
The lunches she made were delicious, and she always looked out for me.
There's a good summation of her character, yes.
Why should I be so scared of something like that? Something like that. Something like that. It wasn't Rena's fault. It was probably mine. Had to have been my cold. It just had to be. Man, my voice is slipping so hard.
That's right, I believe in you.
I'll rest, sorry.
Then I'll go set it off for you.
Mom headed off to the door. I have to pass by the entrance to get back to my room. I didn't have the nerve to meet with Rena, so I wrapped myself in a blanket on the sofa and closed my eyes. I was so sleep-deprived, I quickly fell into a deep slumber.
Aw, what a cutie, he's going to sleep.
I'd only intended to lie down for a bit, but it was almost noon when I woke up. I called out to my parents, but they didn't seem to be around. On the table I found lunch prepared and a note. Mom and Dad had apparently driven off to somewhere far away. Luckily, it had to do with Dad's work. This happened every so often, so it wasn't that unusual. They'll probably be back sometime after dinner. On the note it said, the insurance card is in the cabinet. Take it and go to the hospital. It's also a well-drawn map to the hospital. Oh, Ben!
To the hospital!
You know who used to work at the hospital before they went missing?
It's true. Mio Takano.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
That's right. I hadn't been there before, so I didn't know exactly where it was. I had a light lunch, although it was really just the leftovers from the morning, and just in case went to the hospital.
Sounds nice, though. Just eating leftovers for
Oh
lunch.
my god.
Eating cold pizza and, like, salad and stuff.
So excited.
For pizza?
Yes.
Oh, fuck
Definitely
yeah.
not for more
Cold
murder.
pizza. I'm eating pizza tonight. Fuck it. Let's go.
Let's do it. Normally I'd never been here in the middle of a weekday. Just walking around like this had me feeling guilty. It was an odd feeling. Following my mom's map, I took a road I usually never used. After walking for a bit, the hospital sign came into view. Irie Clinic was written written rather stylishly on the sign. I wonder if that's actually what that picture says, or if they just like left it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope so.
I hope they did.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I just love Ryukashi's way of processing pictures. It's
The
like
aesthetic, the beautiful kind of rainbow-looking aesthetic, yeah.
it's just like it's in that really nice middle ground. Like, you know, maybe this is actually a drawing and I'm just talking shit, but I'm pretty sure it's a photo.
Oh yeah, it would be. It's got a filter and all that.
But like,
I mean, you can go to the real like village of Hinamizawa,
yeah.
which is pretty cool.
But just like the way that he processes it has such a like flat painted aesthetic. I'm sure it's very simple to do with like some of the presets in Photoshop or whatever, but I like his choice.
Yeah.
Irie Clinic was written rather stylishly on the sign. The clinic wasn't very big, but based on the scale of the rest of Hinamizawa, it was far too grand. There's a parking lot and even a reserved spot for buses. He must be making a mint.
It's nice in here.
It is nice in here.
It's lovely. It's clean.
It's one of these lines where like they must be making a mint feels like it's either just general world building or it's going to be very relevant later.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like let's continue down the same rabbit hole because I can't get out of it. I can't
Go for it.
hook myself and climb back up.
Sure, you might as well.
But if we're going with a whole hysteria and drugs and shit, and this hospital's getting funding from elsewhere to do that, that's the line that's gonna foreshadow it.
That'd be pretty fun.
That's what's happening.
Fucking conspiracies everywhere, dude.
Oh god, I'm having so much fun doing this. I spaced out in the air conditioning waiting room until it was my turn to be seen. Right.
I mean,
Definitely not me.
who are this? I guess it's just some
Someone. Take it away.
My son, please make your way to the examination room.
Wow, what a character.
What a beautiful character I am. Please lie down on the table.
After properly answering to all of the chatty doctor's questions, he responded with the old,
It's probably a cold.
he gave me a shot and 3 days worth of medicine. I thought it was a little overboard, but if it would clear away the gloomy feeling I'd been having lately, then it was worth it.
There we go.
I settled the bill and took a quick trip to the washroom. As I was leaving, I overheard a conversation between some elderly people who seemed to be regulars at the clinic. Of course, I had no intention of eavesdropping, but I did it anyway. Oh, if it just wasn't for that word.
Oh, must have been an onikakushi. You take the other one.
I wonder, she was still pretty young. Might have just eloped.
With whom?
That man from Tokyo who visits every season. The young one with that big camera. Didn't you know they were getting along pretty well? Are they talking about Tomataki-san? Wow, that voice is just collapsing in on me.
I'm sorry. I should have just let you focus in on Keiichi, but I wanted to have a conversation with you as an old man.
That's okay.
Okay?
Thank
That's
you.
all I wanted.
Wow.
I want to grow old with you together.
Are they talking about Tomataki-san? I can feel my ears perking up.
Oh, I don't know about that, but you have to make preparations before you elope. They even know to quit their job or something.
Oh, I see. These people don't know he's dead.
They don't know.
I was
They
wondering.
don't know anything. It's just old people.
It's an elopement because they didn't leave a note or message.
Oh, the thought that I'll never see that young nurse's face again makes me rather sad.
Takano-san is an upstanding young woman. She'll be fine wherever she goes. Oh, so he's learning her name. Sweet.
Okay.
So her name was Takano-san.
There you
A
go.
woman with Tomataki-san.
Flash.
She worked at this clinic. Yashiro-sama's shadow was following me everywhere I went. I started listening more closely, but they began talking about fishing and it didn't seem like they were going to revisit the topic. I gave up and left. Thus, even though I was separated from the daily monotony of school, I wasn't able to escape from Yashiro-sama's shadow. But of course, Yashiro-sama was the guardian deity of this place, of Hinamizawa. As long as I was in Hinamizawa, I wouldn't be able to escape.
Oh no.
Oh, that's such a line.
Foreshadowing. No, you can escape everything. It's fine. Just leave.
Maybe it was because I was walking outside, but my appetite had suddenly returned. Might as well buy a snack with the change from the examination fee on the way home. Contemplating that, I turned onto a familiar street. At that moment, I heard a car horn abruptly honk behind me. Was I really walking so far into the middle of the road where I'd be in a car's way? I moved farther off to the side, but the horn was still honking at me. I turned around, peeved.
It's a boy!
It's him!
It's your boy!
Detective!
Oh, fuck, I love this place we're about to go to.
Detective...
Delicious.
Delicious
boy. Moya-bar-san, a good day to you.
It was Oishi-san. He stepped out of his car, AC on full blast, and waved at me.
It's a big part of his character. What's up today? School on break?
Just not feeling well, so I took the day off.
Well enough to be outside.
I was about to buy lunch and head back home. I will laugh so hard if he actually says that.
That's great. I'm just about to get lunch myself. Would you mind going together?
Oh, buddy cop, here we go.
If you're not feeling up for it, then don't mind me.
I was just gonna lie down after going home anyway, and I didn't really have a cold.
I doubt you'd want to eat at one of those local places. Let's go into town. I know you said you're sick, but let's just go. Let's have a party with blackjack and hookers. It's a bit of a drive, is that alright? I know a pretty good place.
I finally begun to understand Oishi-san's roundabout way of saying things. He probably wanted to talk to me about stuff that would be difficult to discuss while in Hinamizawa.
Sneaky ass motherfucker.
Oh my god.
him.
Something is just like up with Keiichi.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, like, obviously he has a cold or whatever, but...
Yeah, he has a cold.
No, mate. I went with Oishi-san riding in his frigid car. It's almost as if the bright sunlight outside was a lie.
I'm sorry about calling you so late last night. Did your parents get angry at you?
No. I recalled Rena, who'd been listening to the phone conversation all that time, separated from me by just the door. Even now, in the brightness of the sunlight, the thoughts still creep me out.
I saw that too.
I know, but that was unrelated to the reason I paused.
Why
I was
did you
just
pause?
wondering, with Keiichi's parents having gone out of town, if he is like hallucinating and shit, they actually like left a day or so ago, and this is all
They
been...
were never there.
Yeah. A big bump that jolted the car. The road connecting this to the city changed from dirt to pavement. My head swiveled back with a sudden realization. That's right. This is where Tomitaki-san died.
Uh-oh. They've hit a snag on the investigation regarding Tomitaki Flash.
Oishi-san spoke while peering at me from the corner of his eye.
They believed it was caused by hallucinogens, given how he was clawing out his own throat.
Man, I'm getting good at this.
But a drug that could cause that to happen so suddenly is extremely hard to come by. Bear in mind, of course, the autopsy was done with that premise in mind, but we didn't find any leads. It's gotta be Oishi continuing,
Sure,
right? Yeah. You know that thing you see in the comics all the time, yes, where there's a drug that if you put it in them, it doesn't leave any traces. Fuck. Wait, what? So that was Keiichi.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense that the kid would be the one talking about comics.
You know what? I thought he was trying to relate to the kids. He was trying to be hip.
Yeah,
he was like
I can
me.
see how we're confused, so you know what? You know who gets a point?
We get a point.
We get a point.
Yeah, we get a point.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fucked. Yeah, fucked Hiroshi.
Get recreation.
You suck. You're not even that good at writing. Oh!
Whoa! Too far, Ben.
No! Never too far! I'm starting beef with Ryukishi. Fight me! It exists. Sukinil Colonel something or other. He's strange English words, so it's pretty common. But you'll see there doesn't seem to be any kind of drug that would cause Tomitaki Flash to react like that.
And you're saying the police concluded Tomitaki-san just died from the curse. I couldn't help but feel that the police were worthless. I just wanted the idea of the curse to be disassociated from Tomitaki-san's mysterious death.
I mean, that's like the first rule of literature like this. Wherever they, like, it's always on those, like, TV shows where it's like, here are the kids and they're gonna solve the mystery, and they go to their parents and like, oh, you're just not even, you don't even get how the world works. Like, don't worry about it. There aren't any aliens living under our garage, and there always is.
Yeah.
Because the parents are useless. Unfortunately, that's how it looks right now. But putting aside the cause of death, without a doubt, he was surrounded by a group of people and had been taking a beating before he died. There was no curse, but an incident that unquestionably involved humans.
Other humans.
I did not want to speak that. I wanted to put emphasis on humans, as opposed to, like, I don't know, witches. Just to pull a
interesting choice.
Concept out of the air.
Where would you get that from?
Where would I get this thematic element from? Silly me.
That made me a bit relieved.
Stupid. Uh-huh. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Best jokes.
Wow, that sure is a busy street.
It is! Look at
Are
those
those
cars.
all bicycles on the left?
Yes, it's
That
a
is
bike
an
rack.
enormous line of
It's
bicycles.
a giant bike rack. It's great.
We
wanna
passed
just
in front
knock them all
of
down.
the rather desolate but still busier than Hinamizawa train station. The car pulled into a restaurant parking lot and I followed Oishi-san into the shop.
Or even just kicked one and just all fall over like a dominoes. That'd be pretty fun.
You fucking anarchist. I would so love if just another character just showed up here and it's like, oh, Keiichi, what are you doing here, sick? In a different town.
Yeah. Rena shows up. I was always looking for the club.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was pretty crowded, but there were only adults at this hour. Of course, there wouldn't be children in here in the middle of a weekday.
Oh, please, non-smoking.
This way, please. When you're ready to order, please call me over.
Is that the principal? Is this what he does?
No, he's like a bit more aggressive,
Oh, okay. Sure.
but it's still same vein.
Which is wonderful because this is a lady, and anyway, we'll...
Oh, okay.
nothing, don't worry about it.
We were led
Let's
by a
keep reading.
peculiar... Oh, no.
Let's just keep reading.
A peculiarly dressed waitress to our
Well,
table.
you can either take the waitress, or you can take
I sat with
anyone
Oishi
else.
san.
It's fine, just don't worry about it. So what do you think?
Anything with peculiarly dressed and
Oh,
Ryukashi
no.
in the same space, you know.
There's
it's just-
gonna be stockings and
There's-
leotards, and it's gonna be great. What do you think? Are the waitress's outfits here very cute?
Oh, Ryukashi.
Oh, Oishi.
Oh, well, I guess.
This shop is always quite busy. It's more about the waitresses than their food, you see. Yes.
Uh-huh. Ryukashi-san, you're leering.
Am I really? God damn it.
So is season 4 of the anime where they all started working at this place?
Well, actually, the first episode occurs pretty much entirely in this building, if I recall correctly. If I receive my memories.
My reasoning skills.
Yeah. It's not
fleek.
good. It's not good. You don't want to see the outfits they wear here.
We're still going to, aren't we?
Yes. I don't know if it's in this episode, but
Of
we will.
course.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Regardless of how the waitresses looked, the food was decent enough. Finishing our meals while talking about some inane topic, Oishi-san's after-meal cup of coffee arrived at the table.
No. Yesterday we talked about Hinamizawa's past, didn't we?
Yeah, it was the village of man-eating demons or something like that.
I didn't know much about it myself, so I asked my grandmother about it this morning.
Oishi-san took out the notepad that was stuffed into his breast pocket.
Turns out
Ooh,
that
was
I
abrupt.
wanted to abruptly change scene. Yep. Turns out that Hinamizawa used to be called Onikafuchi or Ogre's Abyss.
That was the name of the swamp?
Yes, the Onikafuchi Swamp,
Yeah.
where people go missing.
Onigafuchi, that's quite the name.
The name is still around. The marsh where the Shinto priest's wife drowned herself is still called Ogre's Abyss. It is said that the depths of that marsh connected to the realm of demons.
Of course, nobody had told me anything about such an ominous marsh. Didn't Tomataki?
I'm pretty sure they did. He's very forgetful. And you see, it appears they were both feared and revered.
A respect born of fear. I guess you could say it was a kind of deification. A village of inhuman creatures.
Seems the demons were sennin, or mountain-dwelling mystics of sorts, taking villages with incurable illnesses into the Ogre's Abyss and healing them, for example.
Even if we are calling them demons, Tengu, long-nosed goblins, or Senin would be a more apt description. I don't
know, Tengu are a type of demon. I don't know much about them myself.
I know Tengu because they're kind of a fantasy
kind of a thing.
creature.
Yep.
I don't know about Senin.
I don't know what
I feel like
Senin
I'd
are.
probably recognize him if I saw
We'd
them.
have to look it up.
Yeah.
They don't...
Yes.
You're good.
They don't seem like such terrible people, even though they were called demons. Fuck.
Just but they were still man-eating demons, according to the story my grandmama told me, as she held me in her arms and sung Russian lullaby as payment for treating the son's illness. Let us eat the mother who brought him here, was apparently how things went.
The price of curing her son was herself. That's unsettling.
That's a clip. Of course the mother took her son and ran. Then you see... Oh, the people who lived in Negafuchi, the shamans, the demons chased them down, rounded them up, and captured them. Then they ate them.
Wow.
That was implied.
The entire village, apparently. That's quite a frightening thing to imagine.
But it would never happen again. And in the end, it seems both the mother and son were caught and eaten. The end.
There's a problem with this story. Both witnesses in this story were eaten, so nobody would be able to tell the tale. Beautiful.
Huh? There are plenty of old fables like this.
In contrast to the ghastly tale, Oishi-san laughed heartily while sipping his coffee.
Yeah. But, well, there are quite a few other tales where the demons of Megafuchi band together to capture their prey.
I think it's one of the interesting things with like any mythology is looking at like where it originated.
Yeah.
I forget the like actual like historians' terms for them, but there's like things that explain mundane things, things that reframe past events, and like all of.
I know what you're talking about. Like
it's really fascinating looking at myths through that lens.
Like humans we use fiction to explain things and to pass concepts. That's like generally what it's used for.
Yeah.
Right? If we want to, and like teach lessons.
Yeah.
That's what this is, right? Maybe.
I recalled that Mion said all the villagers united and fought against the dam construction. I saw similarities with how that part about unification overlapped.
Normally they hunted down a single person and they chose what was going to be beforehand.
Ah, that caught my attention. Oishi-san had also appeared to be pondering what it meant.
My grandmother, she told me that you must never interfere with the demon's hunt. You should just hold up in your house and hide under the covers, she said. That's what she said to me.
So what does this all mean?
It means you must endeavor help or protect the prey. As long as you don't disturb the demon's hunt, no harm will fall upon the villagers.
So obviously, because Keiichi's helping, then more people are gonna die, and it's gonna be a happy, fun...
I'm sure it'll be fine.
...time.
Don't worry about it. It seems there's that kind of rule.
That is a very Ryukashi way, a very translated Ryukashi way of phrasing that last sentence. It seems that
there is this thing that I am explaining to you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Basically, don't help the victims. Pretend you didn't see the atrocities, in other words.
Keep mum.
What happens if you break the rule?
Well, they're man-eating demons after all.
Many parts of that tale caught my attention. Never heard Ryukashi repeat himself.
No.
Parts of the story he told me overlapped with his theory that the perpetrators were all the village families. Even if it wasn't the whole village, it was conceivable that the villagers were hiding under the covers and leaving them to die when there's a group that was on their hunt, wasn't it? I didn't dare speak it. And Oishi-san, I guess it looks like it's either the village families or a group of villagers perpetrating the crimes.
What do you think, my son? Excuse me. Another cup of coffee, please.
That's what I wanted to know. What, the coffee?
Yeah. Delicious coffee.
It seemed we were both waiting for the other to say that last part.
Oh boy.
I waited for the waitress to finish pouring coffee before speaking.
What? Wait, hold on.
What?
What? I waited, Satoshi-kun. Maybe, what?
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 Why? I guess it must be Oishi speaking, but shouldn't it be...
I don't know. Just take it.
I will. Last year I had a nagging feeling when Satoshi-kun disappeared.
Oishi-san muttered as he watched the milk swirl around in his coffee.
I waited to speak, and then he spoke.
It's very strange.
So strange. So those friends of Satoshi-san, also he's switching the honorifics, which is interesting. From, like, friendly to, like, more distant. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Meaning your group of friends, my son, I had a bit, really, just a little bit, okay, of background checking done of them.
If Oishi-san said this to me before, I would have been furious since he told me earlier not to suspect my friends. But as I was now, I couldn't.
This might sound pretty stupid, my son. If you feel that it's stupid, please let me know. I'll just stop.
Oishi-san was wearing the most serious expression that I'd ever seen from him. It was as if he was telling me to prepare myself and listen.
This is amazing.
There were quite a few things I regretted hearing from Oishi-san, but none of them were as threatening as this. The little voice inside me was screaming like an alarm. Stop, Keiichi. This was probably the last one. I took a deep breath and silenced that voice. And not run from the truth. Please. That was all I could utter. Oishi-san stared into my eyes silently for a few moments. After he was certain I was ready, he began.
The victim of the incident in the first year was the overseer. A few weeks prior, he had an altercation with Mion Tsunazuki-san. Multiple altercations, you see.
Oishi-san said before that Mion had defied the dam project vehemently. It wasn't hard to imagine how she'd be if she got worked up.
In the second year, the married couple who supported the project died in that accident, right? They had a daughter. Her name is Satoko Hojo-san. I feel like we knew this, but whatever.
It was in the tips, though, not.
Oh, you're right. He didn't know.
Yeah. Sadako meaning Sadako. Oishi-san's look told me my voice was too loud. I realized it as well and quickly quieted down.
The Shinto priest and his wife who died in the third year, you'll see their daughter is Rika Furude-san.
Rika-chan was...
The housewife who died in the fourth year you all know already, don't you? It was the step-aunt of Satoko Hojo-san. She was in her aunt and uncle's custody as she had lost both of her parents in the accidents. She lived in the victim's house.
I could tell my lips were getting dry. I didn't even have the wits to keep my mouth from hanging agape. I thought it was nothing but a bizarre incident, one that I could easily distance myself from. But clicking and clacking, it had snuck all the way back to my feet.
The one who disappeared for the fourth year, by the way, he was Satoko-san's older brother.
Wait just a second. Took everything I had to finally say that. I gulped down a glass of water and once again wiped my face with a napkin. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Oishi-san was relentless. Instead of waiting for me to finish sorting out my feelings, he started speaking again. The last of the things I shouldn't have heard.
All of the victims seem to be connected to your group of friends.
That has to be just a coincidence.
Maebara-san, keep it down. Everyone's looking.
Mion, Sadako, Rika-chan. So what if they're connected? You're telling me all of my friends... I couldn't just... Rena's different, isn't she? Ren isn't connected with the victims at all.
Rena Ryugu-san was living in a suburb of Ibaraki Prefecture up until last year. Well, it's true she hadn't directly met any of the victims.
He said it in a roundabout way. Is he saying she's also connected?
Actually, I looked into her before Ryugu-san moved away to Inamizawa. She was suspended from school.
Oh my goodness.
It seems she went through her school building and broke all of the windows.
Oh my what? Rena did that? She broke all the windows at her school? That same silly Rena had... I couldn't even imagine it.
It seems that after her 3-day suspension, she didn't return to school. She went to a neurologist and was diagnosed with dysautonomia. She was given weeks of counseling and medication.
I'm concerned that the sound has stopped, and I'm wondering if we've hit something.
I don't think I did.
I
wonder if it was something like a... Whoop.
What if it was something like a nervous breakdown?
I was so excited to keep talking.
I'd heard it happens to people who are really methodical or overly sensitive. Neither of those match Rena's easygoing personality.
And in the counselor's medical report, he recorded all of the conversations he had with Rena-san. It shows up. And quite a bit at that.
It shows up? Mm-hmm. What did? I pressed forward carelessly. There couldn't be anything more for me to regret.
She mentioned the word Oishi-sama.
Oh my goodness, this is just going too far.
Nope.
It felt like someone's stone-cold hand was caressing my back. Why had Rena spoken of Oishi-sama before she even came to Hinamizawa?
Seems that the Oishi-sama she spoke of was like a ghost appearing in her house every night, standing over her pillow looking down at her. How you feeling?
I am so on. Let's go, son.
I know, this is fun,
This
right?
is a...
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Oh
this
my
is just
goodness.
arc 1. There are 8 arcs.
I know.
Remember? And we're already this deep in. This conversation with Oishi is such a perfect, like...
This is great.
Everything is fucked. All of your friends are in on it, baby. Ghosts appearing. Windows breaking.
Of course, we still have plenty of slice of life to get through at the
Of
start
course.
of every arc, I'm assuming.
We do, yeah.
But, like, ooh, this
Yeah.
is... I'm loving this.
That's pretty good.
My mind froze. I want the music to come back. I'm
It's
concerned.
okay.
we've,
I
like-
heard it. It was some spooky tunes. It's fine.
I couldn't process what I was being told.
Well, after that, she moved to Hinamizawa. That's right. She's not an outsider.
Huh?
According to the residency register, the Ryugu family used to reside in Hinamizawa. Rena-san moved to Ibaraki right after she finished elementary school.
That seems like the thing you would include first rather than later.
It's almost like he's trying to bait Keiichi
I
or something.
know. Oh my
it's
god.
Good. It's good, isn't it?
What a character.
I love him!
My mind went completely blank. Similar to the static you'd see on a blank TV channel. Wow. Back in the analog days. My ears began ringing as I lost all sense of comprehension.
Mayabara-san, are you alright? Shall we stop?
Those words brought me back. I couldn't let it end here. Now I understand Rena. Then how about the last victim, Tomitaki-san? Who was he connected with?
Not to be obvious.
Irritated, I let out one final reprisal. I don't know, have you seen his shirts?
Yeah, all of them. Have you forgotten, Mayabara-san? Didn't you all spend the night at the festival together quite merrily? Quite a few of the officers saw you enjoying yourselves.
Now there was nothing I could respond with. I fell silent as my brain turned to mush.
We should get going. Mayabara-san, did you take your afternoon medicine?
I'd completely forgotten about the medicine I'd gotten today until Oishi-san said that. Got another glass of water and we left the shop after I chugged it down. This silence is incredibly unnerving.
It's great! It's so tense!
God. Holy shit.
If I didn't have you talking right now, I'd be like, where's the sound?
We got in the car and returned to Namazawa via the rough road. Never really paid attention when I was on my bike, but did cars normally shake this much? It was almost as if the road was desperately trying to tell me something. Two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. The big jolt was the difference in elevation of the dirt road when it changed from cement to dirt. I was certain that I'd heard Tomitaki-san scream,
Flash.
"Oh my god, he's going insane."
I think I might have missed a few flashes in there, I'm sorry.
He is going insane.
It's fine.
No, it's fine. There was no way you could fucking break that tension.
Yeah.
I sat in silence just letting myself be shaken by the car. I can't do the narration right now.
I will drop you off at your house. You missed school because you were incorrect. My apologies for the long conversation.
Why'd you talk to me? I blurted out the question. Really just blurted it out. Didn't expect an answer.
I did check with you first, didn't I? If we should just stop.
Not that. Why did you reach out to me?
What a dick.
I understood quite well that Oishi-san was investigating this string of suspicious incidents. Why was he telling me all this?
Oh, it's so good.
I knew nothing and I couldn't help. Everything Oishi-san spoke of was news to me. First of all, what could I, having just moved here, know? By chance, if there was a reason for Oishi-san to reach out to me, then it would have to be that I looked suspicious to Oishi-san as I was part of Mion's circle of friends.
I am retiring this year. I plan on moving away after retiring as my grandmama wants. So while I'm still on the case and alive, I want to bring the truth behind this incident to light.
Is that what we describe as a loser flag?
Yes. A death flag. Specifically a death flag. I'm retiring this year.
So Oishi-san, you suspect them, don't you? All of them. Oishi-san didn't really give a response.
It's up to you to decide.
Felt a bit late, but I thought it was his way of showing a bit of consideration for my feelings.
This is mostly just my intuition, a small thing from my very many years on the job. Look at the way he phrases it. He's like, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. It's so good.
Yeah.
From 30 years on this job, Mayabara-san, you're the one in danger.
Huh? I wanted to reply with that was absurd, but in my downtrodden state, I couldn't bring myself to say it.
I will be retiring this year, so I won't be at the Watanagashi next year, so I want to settle things.
Yes, it will be retirement that keeps him from the festival next year.
Absolutely.
In other words, he was insinuating that on the next Watanagashi, I might be the victim.
I planned on living a long life and going to holiday in the Bahamas.
I've been warned by the chief. Oh, wait, no, fuck.
Sorry, I was... I'm sorry, okay. I've been warned by the chief as well.
Fucking have a point,
Rich. Have a point. Each incident in the string of cases has been solved, so don't bring up again, or so I was told. This is the pressure that I'm facing.
Pressure from what?
Someone in his Amizawa. We've arrived. Is this fine?
Oh, thank goodness he stopped the conversation there.
Just there.
Oh my god.
I have pressure on me from someone.
Who?
Oh, we just got here. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
After some time, the car finally reached the path to my house. The clock read 2 p.m. I was surprised so little time had passed since we ate. It was hot outside the car. The chirping of the Higurashi hurt my ears.
Uh-oh. Name drop. I won't mind if you just forgot everything I told you today, but I am still going to keep investigating. Long into my years that I have left ahead of me.
I will end Oishiro-sama's curse this year.
I will end the curse this year. Certainly I will.
God.
Definitely.
So you're saying I should contact you if anything happens. That is indeed the agreement you made, Keiichi.
Yes, that's what we said
done.
back in the car and back in the restaurant and back at the school. It's fine. Just contact me when you feel you have to, my boy-san.
I wasn't collected enough to understand Oishi-san's roundabout way of saying it.
Be sure to take it easy. I'm sorry for throwing all of this at you while you're taking the day off because you're sick and vulnerable.
I didn't really give any sort of response.
I'll always be on your side. If anything, believe that. I'll be off now. What a nice man.
Oh my god.
He's just wanted to help him while he was sick.
Holy shit.
I love him.
Oh.
He's like, look, he's the exact kind of character that I play in role-playing games.
I know.
Where I'm like, let me just be the nice character who's actually manipulating everything behind the scenes.
Oh my god, it's so perfect.
He's fucking lit. I could not allow you to voice him. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I wouldn't
There
want
was
to. This
no
is
way.
absolutely you.
This is me.
Your style of character.
This is the me. Look, I'm not saying that I, specifically made any other Russian-sounding characters who were kind of short and stout based off of Oishi.
Jeez, I definitely didn't notice. Let's cut the inside gag.
Let's
before
cut
we
that,
get too
but
far.
there you go. Let's continue.
The tires crunched over the dirt road as the car made a U-turn and disappeared into a cloud of kicked-up dust. Felt like I was watching a boat only throw me a lifesaver in a shark-infested waters before disappearing off into the distance.
Yeah.
That was the first time I thought Oishi-san was being unfair. Telling me I was going to be the next victim and then just saying to contact him if something
The
happened.
first time.
This wasn't a criminal investigation. He was fishing. I told you he was fishing. I told you.
I got him! Fishing for ducks!
And I was just a bait dangling off the line.
Keiichi's getting eaten by a duck! It's happening.
Would the fish be the perpetrator? Or was it really just Oyashiro-sama's curse?
No.
Either way, the bait would be swallowed whole.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, I don't want to die. Sometime I could do nothing but stare at the puddle of water left behind by the AC from
It's a very important part of his character.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I just realized that fucking Goffin died with his fucking portable magical air conditioning.
Yes. Yes, he
God,
did.
I suck!
Yes, he did.
Entombed in air conditioning forever. Alright, well that was the chapter.
That was so good.
I love
Oh my
Oishi.
God.
He's my favorite boy. Shall we stop here?
Next time on.
Next time on.
Holy crap.